Hi everyone, welcome to Animation Funfacts, where we talk about fun facts that you didn't know about your favorite animated movies. Today I'm going to tell you 10 amazing facts that you didn't know about Disney's Pixar's Finding Nemo. Do you remember the sad scene at the beginning of the movie when Nemo's mom was killed? This death was originally supposed to be told through flashbacks. However, the Pixar animators changed this because they wanted the audience to understand right away why Marlin was so overprotective of his son, Nemo. In the film, John Ratzenberger voices the school of fish that help guide Marlin and Dory to find Nemo. However, this isn't the only Pixar film he has voiced in. In fact, he has actually voiced a character in every Pixar film ever made, including characters such as Ham from the Toy Story movies, John the Human from WALL-E, and the Abominable Snowman from Monsters, Inc. Disney has had a long tradition of hiding Easter eggs in many of its animated features. Pixar has continued that tradition in many of the films that they produce. For example, you may have known that Finding Nemo was released in May 2003. However, did you know that Monsters, Inc., which was released 2 years before, hinted that Finding Nemo was being created? If you watch the scene where Sully says goodbye to Boo for the very last time, you can clearly see Boo holding a toy that looks exactly like Nemo. Now, in Finding Nemo, if you forward to the segment where Philip Sherman is cleaning a patient's teeth, you will see a boy holding a comic that depicts an image of Mr. Incredible. This is the same image that would appear years later in The Incredibles. Throughout the film, Dory had to remember the name, P. Sherman, because it contained the name of the diver that took Nemo. However, have you ever wondered why the Pixar team chose the name P. Sherman? Well, a large part of the crew that worked on the film was Filipino, so when they heard the producers say Fisherman, it sounded more like P. Sherman in a Filipino accent, so the Pixar team decided to ultimately use it for the name of the dentist in the film. Jeffrey Rush, the man who voiced Nigel, came up with the brilliant idea of holding out his tongue as he read the lines that required him to talk with Marlin and Dory in his mouth. He applied this technique in the sequence where Nigel, Marlin, and Dory are being chased by the angry seagulls. For many years, Darla Anderson, the producer of Monsters, Inc., played many pranks on Andrew Stanton. So when Andrew was given the opportunity to direct Finding Nemo, he chose to name the mean girl Darla. Darla Anderson believed that Andrew did it as a way to get back at her for all the numerous pranks she did to him over the years. Finding Nemo's director Andrew Stanton not only directed the film but also voiced Crush. Stanton originally voiced the character's temp tracks with no intention of keeping it in the final film. However, when his surfer dude voice tested well in screenings, the team decided to leave it in the final film. The Pixar team used a tool named Pisces in order to animate the behaviors of schools of fish that were featured in the movie. This tool was helpful to the team because it prevented them from having to animate one fish at a time. The Pixar team employed the same technology that they used to animate Sully's hair from Monsters, Inc. in order to animate the anemone in Finding Nemo. Instead of letting gravity pull down the tendrils, they reprogrammed the tendrils to stand upright and wave around in the water. Stanton remembers that when he and his son went to the park, he was overly concerned that his boy would get hurt. Although his intention was to be a good dad, he soon realized that his overprotective nature prevented him from enjoying that important bonding moment with his son. This was the primary ingredient that the Pixar team used to be the foundation of Finding Nemo. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions on what animated film you want us to do next, please write your comments in the comment box below.